Hello, everyone. We welcome you to the next episode of the Great Lakes podcast. And today we're very pleased to welcome a distinguished guest, none other than Dr. Petre Roman, the former Prime Minister of Romania, as well as the president of Swiss UMaF University in Geneva. Dr. Roman, how does it feel like to be present in India now?
Well, the first feeling is that I've lost a lot not coming to India before. Of course, for the time being, I've been only within the university environment, but in one word, it's great. I feel very comfortable with the people here, the professors, the leaders of this university, and especially with the students. My connection with the students during my conference, my lecture there, I felt, I'm a professor. So I felt myself in a very great mood of being in a communicating mood with the young students here. So yes, it is great.
Absolutely. I can totally understand how excited all the students and faculty were as you entered the Great Lakes campus today.
It's been also for me.
Yes.
It's okay.
You know what, Dr. Roman, I'm quite curious to know from you because I think you are the one who has seen India of the 20th century and you are witnessing India making its mark in the 21st century. So, if you were to tell us what was the views of the Western world about India in the 1980s and 90s versus now when India is perhaps in the next couple of years going to be along with US and China to be among the leading world powers.
Precisely. This is very clear now. But only two decades ago, it was not like that. Um, it was a bet, a formidable bet, to put India on the geostrategic map at the place she deserves. It deserves. Not easy at all. Indeed, for a long period of time, India was just an image of a contradiction. A poor country, nevertheless, the world's largest democracy.
Exactly.
But the fact that India, it's a genuine democracy, a working democracy, is a huge advantage. I told to the students during my conference, don't never accept that your democracy will be degraded, will lose something of the brightness the Indian democracy has, because it is democracy which ensures, I think, the people, the individualities to develop, to flourish, the young people to engage in forging their own destiny, and under the process, the government, the state, has to be vigilant in that sense that things which could harm the good functioning should be prevented or properly managed. And this is the task of a good government.
Absolutely. You know, my next question to you, Dr. Roman, is what are the three key mantras of business leaders that you would like to see in today's day and age, especially when most of them, right, fail to recognize how their companies are moving forward, in which direction, but they seem to be lost in the rapidly developing and rapidly evolving world?
Well, entrepreneurship is about uh, enterprises to be profitable on the long term. That's economy.
Yep.
Now, now, I'm not a businessman, but my experience as a leader tells me that any leader, and the business leader too, needs to be needs to show courage, needs to be resilient, resilient, and needs to be open to creativity, open to new ideas, and to new ways of thinking. Because in business, nothing is, uh, how to put it, petrified in some kind of state. No, it's in a perpetual transformation, change, movement. So you need courage to confront difficult situations, to confront moments of difficult times. You need to be very resilient in order to absorb the shocks, because shocks are always possible, because we live in turbulent and uncertain times. And in order to do that, you need also to be open-minded, and accept new, creative proposals. And so it's three.
No, no, absolutely. I totally agree with uh, all your points, and especially when we see, today's youth when they are looking at embarking on their ventures, right? And as you said, entrepreneurs are the ones who not just take risks but also need to be open-minded, right?
You know, what makes the difference between a successful leader in business and a failed one? I mean, failed, not achieving the objectives, not achieving what the leader imagined that it should be. Well, the difference is, in many, many cases, is the capacity to resist, resilience, to resist, to stay and continue to stay on the established course, and continue. Um, you know, one of the great political leaders, Giuliano Andreotti, former Prime Minister of Italy. I was very recently uh, put in the place in the function of Prime Minister. It was in May, and I became Prime Minister in December. So Giuliano Andreotti invited me to Rome, and I don't know why, he has shown towards me a very friendly, almost paternally attitude. And at some point, I remember vividly, he told me, you are a young politician, and I would like to tell you something. Please believe in you more then the circumstances allow you. You know, this is also something I offer
Wow.
now.
I'm still trying to process that. No, that's deep. And, you know,
It is. It is.
it is.
It seems simple, but it's deep.
It's deep. So, yes, I mean, quite interesting, how we see the businesses of today, though they want to flourish. But I think, especially, in India, because considering this is your first visit to India, let me
It
just
is.
share with you. We live in a society here where everybody wants quick success, right? So, what are your thoughts about quick success versus, the hard work and then achieving that? So, do you believe in hard work or smart work?
No, no, I believe in both. I mean, hard and smart. Hard work is essential,
Yeah.
and smart work is could be decisive according to the circumstances. Um, so it's both. It's uh, it's mixing effort and imagination,
Got it.
uh, mixing boldness and resilience.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I mean, these were some questions which I really wanted to chat about with you. But I am now wanting to come to a rapid fire round with you.
Okay.
So, are you ready for that?
Yeah, of course.
So, these will be a couple of questions which will perhaps need to be answered in one word,
Okay.
or you may just have to pick up and arrange them in order of sequence,
Let's try.
right? One word about India.
Well, great.
If not in politics or education, where would Petre Roman be?
Um, in science, where Petre Roman is, actually.
Wow.
That's the passion of my life. It's science.
One thing that the world needs to know about you and you haven't, or it's not available in public
Oh,
sources.
I'm probably a very well known person. you know,
But one such thing which not everyone is aware of, maybe something which is more personal, but you would like to share that with everyone because it's not there on the web.
well, being a politician, it's normal that many doubt about the authenticity. Is this genuine? Or I feel like being sincere practically in all my life.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes I have to be more diplomatic, but not against, not totally against sincerity. I like very much that people who are sincere.
Yeah. And one book which perhaps you would like to recommend everyone to read.
Um from the universal literature, I would put first Bratia Karamazov, the Frere Karam, the fa- b- brother Karamazov, no, Dostoevsky, and Anna Karenina,
Okay. Interesting.
and also I'd like very much Lord Jim,
Wow.
Joseph Conrad,
I see.
very much so. Now I quoted today from a very nice book written by a famous historian, French historian, Fernand Braudel, The History of Civilizations. It's a beautiful book too. Okay.
And who is Petre Roman's icon?
Wow, I admire many
You
great.
need to give us just one
No,
name.
just one. It's complicated, very complicated.
No, but you need to pick one.
But one of the most impressive and very complex and very sincere, very authentic personalities. It's Eric Blair. You know who is Eric Blair?
Mm-hmm.
Who? It's not Tony Blair.
Politician?
It's
No.
George Orwell.
Ah, okay.
George Orwell
Mm-hmm.
is a man who never separated his writings from his action and attitude. It's a very high level of moral level.
Yeah.
I admire very much George Orwell.
And the last question for you,
Okay.
Dr. Roman, is one word for Great Lakes Institute of Management.
Oh, Great Lakes. Future.
Wow.
Future.
That's interesting.
Okay.
So thank you very much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Roman, for all your time.
All the best
and
for all those who are watching us.
Absolutely. I really had a good time having this conversation with you. My pleasure. And
It's
I
been
look,
my pleasure too.
and I look forward to seeing you again very soon in
Yes,
India.
why not?
Thank you. With that,
Bye.
we come back to you with another episode at the Great Lakes Podcast. Please stay tuned.